What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So as we get closer and closer to the regular season, I'm just still kind of doing some modern style rebuilds that we didn't really do at the beginning of 2K25, and now today we got the Washington Wizards. To me, it feels like the Wizards are starting to trend in the right direction. Let's just go ahead, jump in, and do this Washington Wizards rebuild in NBA 2K25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. But let's talk about the Washington Wizards for just a second at the top of the video. So, of course, Kyle Kuzma, they signed Jonas Valanciunas in free agency. They acquired Malcolm Brogdon and then Denny Avdia trade. You have Jordan Poole still, of course, from the Chris Paul thing and all that. Corey Kispert, Bilal Coulibaly, Sadiq Bey, Marvin Bagley. Alexander Starr, of course, is the big acquisition to the draft this offseason. Didn't look great in Summer League, but I think I've heard some good things about him in preseason. I'm going to be honest with you, I have not paid any attention to the NBA preseason whatsoever. I really don't usually care about it. It's kind of every sports preseason. I really don't watch it that much because it don't really matter. But you got Bub Carrington as well, Keyshawn George. You got young Johnny Davis down here as well. But let's take a look at the rotation as it is right now according to 2K. So you got Jordan Poole, Corey Kispert, Sadiq Bey, Kyle Kuzma, and Jonas Valanciunas. That very well could be your starting five with Malcolm Brogdon off the bench. You got Bilal, of course, which I think Bilal deserves a start. And I do think starting Alexander Starr could make a lot of sense as well. And I think once we stop at the trade deadline and maybe we're able to move a few guys, like I think trading away Jordan Poole's contract, as I've done in every Wizards video, I think it's going to be a tall task. His contract is really bad. It's going to be really tough to move it unless if he just starts bowling out again, which is possible, but just hasn't happened really. So yeah, probably going to be stuck with him. Kuzma is definitely going to be a commodity that I think some teams will be interested in. Sounds like he had a chance to go to Dallas. It didn't work out. He didn't go. And now he's still at DC, but we'll see if he gets moved to the deadline. Definitely think that's possible. But at the end of the day, I do want to get as many young players minutes as possible. But maybe we have to wait till after the trade deadline. I guess I'll just listen to 2K's rotation for now. But, well, the one thing I will do is since Sarr was the high draft pick, I'll simply move Kuzma to small forward. And I should put Alex Sarr, I imagine, in the power forward spot. So that's the one thing we will do because I do want to start him right away, which makes a lot of sense. So Alexander Sarr, Jonas Valanciunas together. And I do want to start Bilal as well, I feel like. So I guess Corey Kispert come off the bench. Other than that, I'm going to simulate, which I need to give Bilal a few more minutes. But other than that, I'm just going to simulate year one. If I do stop at the deadline, I will show you, which more than likely I will try to probably trade Kyle Kuzma. But at the same time, we also could just wait to the offseason. We'll just kind of feel it out and see where we're at. Today's video is brought to you by two softwares designed to help you beat the sports books and become a much profitable sports bettor. And we're starting on Daily Grind Fantasies Optimizer. So if you plan apps such as Prize Picks, Underdog, or any of these popular DFS apps, having a tool like this is insanely awesome to have. Now, it is very late at night on Tuesday, so not a ton of value on the board. There's a lot of esports stuff, which... so I guess we have a Thursday Night Football play on the board at Jordan Mason, under 1.5 receptions. It's not the best play in the world, but you do have every single sports book favoring the under. I got -128 and average odds of -137 across all sports books. So that's some clear value here. Also love OddsJam's positive EV tool as well. We got some college football already popping up. We also got MLB playoff team total. So if we look at this one for the Mets and Phillies game on Wednesday, +158, clear value here. No other book is offering you even close to +158. And yeah, so it's clear outlier on FanDuel, which is why we love this play over on FanDuel. And the last but certainly not least, make sure to check out Prize Picks. I mean, all four major sports are about to be going on, man. Like, we got baseball playoffs right now. NHL just started. You got NFL going on, and NBA is right around the corner. If you're into betting on NBA preseason, which I don't recommend, but hey, if you're into it, go for it. I mean, it's a great time to sign up. It's a great time to sign up for any of this stuff, so make sure to check them all out. All links are down in the description below. Use code Crushables for a percentage off your first month on the softwares, and then Prize Picks, of course, to match first deposit, dollar for dollar, up to $100. Other than that, let's get back to the video. So just like at the trade deadline in yesterday's video when I traded away Jeremy Grant, I want to do that same exact thing with Kyle Kuzma. I have a few offers that I like here, and this is my favorite one by far, though, where we get Malik Monk and a 2027 first-round pick. I assume this is via Sacramento, so yeah. I do think Kyle Kuzma, to Sacramento makes a ton of sense. I don't know if they'd really trade Malik Monk to do it, but I do love the idea of getting this first-round pick, and Malik Monk could easily be flipped for something else as well. But if I could do this without getting Malik Monk off their hands, just because I think that's a core piece for them, and moving him would be kind of tough. So let's say they gave us Kevin Huerter instead, which makes very similar money. And I think that'd probably make a lot more sense anyway. So Kevin Huerter and a first round pick. I don't know if I could squeeze them for another one. Probably not. So maybe we just settle on just getting a first round pick from Sacramento and unprotected. And then maybe we squeeze an early second out of Portland, or, via Portland. Let's see what they say to this. And they agree. So just like that, Kyle Kuzma is headed to Sacramento for an unprotected 2027 first round pick. We also get Kevin Huerter's contract, which sucks a little bit. And not to mention, we did get that Portland pick, which is going to be early second. So, maybe could be kind of a first in a way, very late or very early or very late first. Yeah. So I do want to trade Malcolm Brogdon as well. I don't think we'll get much for him. His medicals, I think I saw a report that he did there's something else going on with them again today. His medicals are just really bad, man. Like, I just don't think it will get much for Brogdon, but I assume if I throw him in the trade finder, we're going to get a lot of like offers that are probably worth first, just because he's actually having a really good season. So the Bulls are offering me a second, but I'm fine with getting just like 2 seconds or just get off his contract in general, whatever it may be. I just want to move Malcolm Brogdon out of here. To Washington, Cameron Johnson, Tobias Harris. I mean, if there's nothing that really makes sense, we could just hang on to him. So the Spurs want to give me a first round pick. I mean, we get Barnes bad contract. Sure. I mean, we could do that. Like I said, I don't know if Brogdon's really going to be worth the first, but we are getting Barnes' salary to deal with for the next couple of seasons, and the Spurs may have playoff aspirations. And all things considered here, Brogdon's having a really good season for us. He's shooting 44% from 3 on 13 points per game. So yeah, let's do it. We're going to go ahead and do this trade with the Spurs. We get Brogdon out of here, and just like that, we have freed up some minutes for the rotation, in my opinion. So that's kind of what I wanted to accomplish. I don't really care about playing Barnes and Huerter, obviously. So Poole on the season is averaging 15.5. Okay. Corey Kispert's back in the starting 5. So Below was doing kind of bad in the starting 5. As you can tell, his shot tendency just is extremely low. So I probably should fix that going forward. But I do want to throw Bub Carrington in the rotation for the rest of the season. So that's what I'm going to try to accomplish here. And if that's, I'm going to play Jordan Poole, but I'm going to give Bub Carrington as many minutes as possible. I mean, he's kind of the future here. So this is what we'll do. And of course, you do want to boost Jordan Poole's trade value up by playing him a bunch of minutes. So I'll still give him like more minutes than obviously like Harrison Barnes. And I still want to start Alex Sarr, as I've mentioned already as well. So they have, of course, Bagley in there right now, but I'm not doing that. So this will be the rotation for the rest of the season, something like this. So we'll start Bub Carrington for the rest of the year with Alex Sarr, Joe Val, Sadiq Bey, Corey Kispert, and that's what we'll roll with. So I'll see you guys at the end of year 1. We're clear really bad. We have cleared 2 guys that I felt like needed to be moved. We got 2 first-round picks. Nothing to complain about so far. Let's just get straight to the lottery, and let's see who we come out with in this upcoming 2025 draft. So despite only averaging 9 points per game on the season, I guess Alex Sarr still gets the Rookie of the Year. So shout out to him for that. Would love to see, obviously, him be better than that. But regardless, we'll take it, and we'll get just straight into the lottery, because we've been doing all the bad teams lately. And lottery is always where it starts for us. What pick are we going to get? How lucky we're going to be? And of course, something I forget to do sometimes is show these first season regular stats, which is nothing to really be proud of here, because we didn't really have a guy averaging 20 or anything like that, but Bub did come in and average 10 points in 32 games. So that's nice to see at least. 9 from Kevin Huerter, 9 from Sarr at 9. So like I said, nothing too crazy to look at here. But of course, as always, LeBron James is not retiring this time around, so he'll play another year. Let's get straight to the lottery, and let's see where our pick will end up. We are projected via number 1 overall via the Rockets. Of course, there might be some protections on that. That might be from like the... Actually, not 100% sure what trade that's from. Maybe it's the Russ and John Wall trade. Maybe. I don't know. But we are going to land number 1. So just like that, we have the opportunity to take Cooper Flagg or Ace Bailey. Now, we did just draft Cooper Flagg in yesterday's video. So part of me wants to change it up and draft somebody else. But at the same magnitude, everyone's so hyped up about Cooper Flagg. And if you have the number 1 overall pick, that's probably who you're taking. So I think I'll take him again in today's video. I don't think it'll be very often where I get lucky enough to draft him twice. Like, I got lucky in yesterday's video because I got number 2, and then I forget who picked in front of me, but they picked Nolan Chayori, which isn't bad either. But Cooper Flagg is clearly the grand prize as of right now, before college basketball actually starts. But we're going to go ahead and submit this pick pretty easily. Cooper Flagg, welcome to DC. So we're going to have him 2 days in a row. But again, clearly the best player. And then this is that Portland pick I believe we got. So that's nice. So we're going to be picking early here. So let's try to make sure we get something good out of this. So I'll go ahead and take this guy at the top out of Spain. And then we got another pick here, which we'll see what we got. Xavier Booker. We'll take him. And that'll probably be what I roll with. And I'll let my assistant GM take the last one. So we walk away with an 80, a 72, 68, and a 69. So we'll sign all of them. Player options. Patrick Baldwin, I'll accept. Johnny Davis, it might be time to let this man go. Maybe hang on to him for another year, but I don't think paying him $6 million is even worth it at this point, so I'm going to let him go. Qualifying offers, Corey Kispert, definitely somebody I have interest in. And I know Vucevic, I think, is a guy that the Wizards like as well. Although his overall doesn't reflect that right now, I will go ahead and extend the qualifying offer on him as well. All right, for free agency, as I already kind of mentioned, I don't think I care about bringing back Marvin Bagley, but I do want to resign Corey Kispert. I think he'd be, if we don't even keep him for the foreseeable future, he's a great shooter, and teams at the deadline would line up for that if we ever wanted to move him. So I think it makes sense to keep him around. All right, other than that, we got to take a look at the rotation. So Poole is going to be the starting point guard still. We got Corey Kispert below. Kevin Huerter. We'll probably move Bub Carrington to some point guard as well. That way he's got a role there. So we have Sadiq Bey, Cooper Flag, Sarah Baldwin, and Rashawn Holmes and Jonas Valanciunas. So to me, I am fine with this rotation as it is right now. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything else other than, I guess, Vucevic will come back as a qualifying offer, I imagine. We can, like I said, already kind of renounce Johnny Davis. We're not bringing him back. And then we got 2 trade exceptions, but I probably won't be using them this offseason. So Champagny and Vucevic are back. And then here's a player progression. So do have Joe Val going down. You already have Sarr up to an 82, which is nice. That's a 7 overall progression. And Bub Carrington's up to 75 as well. So that's good to see. So yeah, like I said, in 2K, it feels like everyone develops like extremely well, which is nice. I'm happy about that. But we are going to go into next season, and clearly we are going to be pretty bad again if I had to guess. Like, we have Cooper Flag now. We're going to start Bub Carrington probably this next season with Sarr. Joe Val will still be the starter. We got to cut 3 guys. Damn, this is going to be tough. All right, so let's see who is a clear cut here. So we got, I mean, obviously these guys, we could cut Champagny probably, so we'll start there. Barnes will not be here going forward, but I can't cut him right now. He's making way too much money, and 2K would automatically stretch his contract, so I don't really want to deal with that. Rashawn Holmes would be an automatic cut for me. Maybe we have to cut one of the second-round picks, so I guess we'll cut Aaron Bradshaw. And we got to cut one more guy. I don't know who that would be, though, so that's tough. Maybe we have to cut Xavier Booker as well, which I don't love doing, but we got to cut 15 guys, and we had to cut 3 guys, sorry, to cut it to 15. And that's what we went with. Not great, but it is what it is. All right, I'm going to load this draft class, and we'll get in the rotation because we all know, for whatever reason, man, trying to get in the second season, this takes forever to load. I don't know why. So I can really get behind this rotation that we got going right now. We got Bub Carrington, Bilal Coulibaly, Cooper Flag, Alexander Sarr, Jonas Valanciunas, Corey Kispert, Sadiq Bey, Jordan Poole, Kevin Huerter, and then Patrick Baldwin. Clearly, Joe Val will not be our long-term center. He's just here kind of for now. We could eventually also move Alexander Sarr to center if we ever needed to do that. I know Alex Sarr, I believe, has said, though, he doesn't want to play center if I'm not mistaken, but that's what a lot of big men say. I feel like Anthony Davis has said that for a long time. So we may still do it. We may still force him to do it. We'll see. It just kind of depends on what position we can eventually find next to him. But regardless, it's somewhat year 2. One other thing I did want to look at really quickly is shot tendencies, because we don't really have anybody I feel like that's going to, like, Cooper Flag is going to lead the way. I really don't care about Poole scoring a bunch. I'm not going to lie. Like, yeah, his trade value being boosted would be great, but at this point, I'd rather just let the young guns come out here and have the shot tendency. So obviously Cooper Flags as an 80 for a rookie is fine with me. Bob Carrington's we could push up just to quite a bit. I mean, he's already developed him 75, so give him an opportunity. And then Alex Sarr, of course, 53 is just way too low for this guy. We need this guy to be really good for us. So I'm going to push his up quite a bit as well. And then below, I'll push up just a tad bit. Like, nothing too crazy, but let's get him to like a 70. So, all right, we're going to roll with that. We'll simulate year number 2, and we'll see how things go. So back-to-back Rookie of the Years for, of course, Sarr last year, now Cooper Flag. Things went better this season, but we're, of course, not a play-in or a playoff team just yet, unfortunately. But we're going to get there one day, as we all know. But, yeah, here are your player stats in the season. So you had 16 from Cooper Flag, 15 from Sarr, 12.5 from Bub, and then 12 from Bilal, and then 12 from Corey Kispert, 11.5 from Poole, and then 9.5 from Joe Val, 8 from Sadiq Bey. So let's go ahead. To the playoffs, let's go see who wins the championship. And I did research our pick a little bit because I already know that 2K is going to have it going to the Rockets or whoever it belongs to right now. But our pick is top 8 protected in real life. So as long as our pick falls in the top 8, which I assume it will based off what our record was, we get our pick back. So let's see where it ends up. So we're projected pick number 2. So there's really no way it's going to fall out of the top 8. So we are going to get this pick back regardless. Now we get to find out on where it ends up, and it is going to be number 2. So we're going to have number 2 in this draft. So we get that pick back from the Rockets, which is awesome, and we get to draft, whoever is at number 2. So we'll keep Brian Keefe still. I don't mind him, and we can get that pick back. And of course, the next step, finding out who we're going to draft on draft night with the selection that we have at number 2. So jumping straight into this 2026 draft, let's see who goes number 1. And it is going to be AJ going number 1, which is totally fine with me because I didn't want to take him because I got him in yesterday's video as well. So I will just take the other guy, which is going to be Cameron Boozer. So that's going to be the clear pick here. Welcome to DC. So now we have Cooper Flag and Cameron Boozer together, which is awesome. So I love that a lot. So now what we could do is we can move Alex Sarr to center. He's going to have to play that now. That way we can start Cameron Boozer, Cooper Flag, and Alex Sarr all together with Belil and Bub Carrington. I'm excited. I'm excited for the starting 5. It's really starting to shape up. We got 3 guys we got in the second round, but we barely had any room for the guys last year. So Belil and then Kashawn George Eisen. I don't know how to say his name exactly, but we'll accept all of those. Qualifying offers, Vucevic and Baldwin, 2 guys I'll probably bring back as well. I think both of them will be rotational pieces for us. So let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. So Patrick Baldwin. And then I don't actually see the opportunity to resign Vucevic at the moment. So we'll resign Baldwin, and then we'll let the other 2 go. Rashawn Holmes and, Rashawn Holmes, Harrison Barnes, Herter can all go. We're not bringing them back. And then, again, it's not giving the bird rights on Vucevic, unfortunately, for now. Let's see. Can I just get him in free agency? He is down here, and we'll just give him a contract. So we'll sign Vucevic, and we'll sign Mr. Sorry, I already forgot his name for some reason. Patrick Baldwin. I was about to call him Porter for some reason. I don't know why. All right, so Jordan Poole, Bob Carrington is the point guard rotation still. Below Corey Kispert, Cooper Flag, Zeke Bay, Kashawn George might develop like crazy. Who knows? Sarr, Boozer. So as I already kind of mentioned, we'll be moving Sarr to center now, and then Baldwin will back up Boozer, so that should be fun. And then Vucevic will be the backup, or Joe Val if he stays good enough. And then Poole, he is an expiring contract technically now. I would be very happy to get rid of him, so I'll see if I'm able to. So we'll start with that, and we'll see if anybody wants his services. Unfortunately for us, when it comes to Jordan Poole, there just really wasn't a trade that made sense for him. So he's going to stick around once again. We're once again not going to be aggressive through free agency because I feel like we kind of have a rotation as it is right now. So Sarr's up to an 86 already. Cooper Flag's already up. You got Below up to an 85, and then Bub Carrington's already up to an 82. So this young roster is already shaping up exactly how I wanted. And then you got Joe Val regressed like crazy. Bay is regressed a little bit. Kashawn George is ready to take probably that opportunity from Bay. And then we still got this guy waiting in the background as well. I forgot to mention. So we got plenty of depth, which is nice. Joe Val will probably not play too much this season with Sarr going to be the center. So we can move Alex Sarr there right now because he will clearly be the 5 this year. So Sarr will stay the same overall on top of that. Love that for us. And then boom, man, I'm excited about this next season and what we're going to look like. So let's get straight into year number 3. I think this could be a year where we find ourselves in the play-in if I had to imagine. I think Bub has developed enough. Belil is going to be a good shooting guard next to him with Cooper Flag. And yeah, this is going to be exciting. Exciting stuff. I'm excited. Let's get into the rotation though. Assuming 2K is not going to take forever to load. It actually loaded pretty quickly the last time, but I'm going to keep ranting here until it loads up. And of course now it's going to take forever to load up. I probably should have just cut this part out, but I'm still ranting, waiting for this to be done. And yeah, okay, I gotta give up. It's taking too long. Thank goodness I gave up because that probably took like another 45 seconds. I don't know if I had it in me to rant for 45 more seconds, but let's go ahead and look at the rotation. So as you guys can see, this is what we're going to be rocking with. So it's going to be, they want to start Jordan Poole still, which I totally disagree with. I know Poole is fine and all, but I would rather just start the young guns and let them ride. So we're going to move Bub in there. And what we'll do with Jordan Poole is we'll make sure it says forced non-start. I don't mind him off the bench or whatever, but again, it's just, you know, I don't really want him starting right now. So you got Bub Carrington in there with Belil. We got Cooper Flag, Cameron Boozer, Alex Sarr, Jordan Poole off the bench with Corey Kispert, Sadiq Bay, Jonas Valanciunas, and Kashawn George. So we still have Baldwin, Vucevic, and Eisen all the rotation, and those guys will only get better as time goes on. Joe Val will be gone, and Sadiq Bay will be gone. So that's going to be 2 rotational spots opening up. And we could, you know, Jordan Poole will be gone as well. So our bench is going to look a lot different next season. Not really expecting to be a playoff team this year. Probably expecting more of a play-in berth potentially. But hey, who knows? Maybe we find ourselves in the playoffs. We'll find out. So I actually did decide to stop at the trade deadline because we're about to lose Jonas Valanciunas and Sadiq Bay to free agency anyway. And I just threw them in the trade finder, see what would pop up. And we get Mitch Robinson being offered to us. I don't mind him as a backup / mentor to Alex Sarr. So I like this. I'm going to go ahead and do this trade. Vucevic will be a fine backup, but I don't know if he'll ever be as good as Mitch Robinson might be, 81 overall wise. So we're going to do this. and we'll just not let guys go for nothing. We weren't going to keep them anyway, so Mitch Robinson will be our backup 5. We're kind of on a play-in potential run here right now anyway. I think Robinson will help with that, which is why we decided to do that trade. And if nothing else, if we really wanted to, we also could go back to Alex Arthur 4 and start Mitch Robinson with him if we wanted to ever go that direction. But that also gives Eisen minutes as well, so that's cool. We'll submit the rest of the season after we just made that trade for Mitch Robinson. So as expected, this season went really well, and that's 3 times we got back-to-backs Rookie of the Year. That's 3 times in a row with Cameron Boozer representing this time around. So Sar, Cooper Flag, Cameron Boozer. I mean, just beautiful stuff. But we are a play-in team like I thought we might be, and we're going to find out what that's about to look like if we get in. So we are the 9th seed in the Eastern Conference, going against the Boston Celtics of all teams. But yeah, 19 for Cooper Flag, 15 from Alex Sar, 14 from Boozer, 14 from Carrington, 12.5 from Poole. He'll be gone this offseason. And then Belil also chips in 12.5. Now, he will be a free agent this offseason. Hopefully, he's not going to be asking for too much money. Kispert will be a nice backup shooting guard going forward. And as I mentioned, we got Mitch Robinson off the Utah Jazz. For whatever reason, he was in Utah. We got him. Nice. All right. We get Boston in the first leg of the play-in, so we'll see if we can beat them. Of course, they are a team with a lot of championship experience, so let's go find out if we can take them down or not and get straight into these actual, of course, playoffs. So let's get to it. Simcast this one, and we are at home against Boston here, but that doesn't really matter. Of course, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, we got our work cut out for us here, and they are going to eliminate us, which I'm not too discouraged by. As I mentioned, I think this next season is really where I want to be a playoff team because the development's going to be there. We're going to have a bench that we actually like. Poole will be completely gone. So I'm excited about all that's coming here. So let's get to the lottery. I'm pretty sure our pick, of course, is going somewhere else now. So, oh, wow. Something I did not expect to see is that Kyle Kuzma trade we made just netted us the #1 overall pick. So, yeah, pretty wild. We get to add another player in the top of the draft, which is pretty insane. Our head coach is Brian Keefe still. So we'll roll with that. I mean, he just got us in the play-in. I think the next step, of course, is making it to the playoffs. But I mean, we get the opportunity to draft Tyron Stokes or Elijah Arena if we want to go that direction as well. Yeah, I mean, you definitely do that every day of the week. So I'm gonna take Tyron Stokes here, not think too hard on it, and we'll bring him in to DC. And we have another early pick, but again, I'm not really too worried about it. So. We got a pretty damn good team, and I'm not going to be able to sign any of these guys. Our roster is about to be full. So, Sar, Cooper Flag, Kaishan George, and then qualifying offers, Belil, and then Eisen, 2 guys I'm going to bring back. So, Belil is asking for, 39 million is a little steep. I don't really want to give him that much, but the Miami Heat are coming in hot with an offer, so I'm going to have to match it probably. So, we'll renounce Jordan Poole, no problem. And I will match Belil's offer for the Miami Heat. I'm going to bring him back. I really like what he's, going to be part. I really like what his fit is on this team. So, and then, as I mentioned, we're not bringing Poole back, but I do want Eisen back. Which, once again, not sure why 2K does this, but it's not giving me the opportunity to just sign him. It doesn't even show that I have him bird rights, which doesn't make any sense. But, see. Let's give him a nice little... nope, says I can't. So... yeah, can I give him? I don't know if he would even accept that. Yeah, he declines it. So we got to wait for him to come back as qualifying offer. And then next year he gets to be unrestricted, or 2K will still have him as restricted or whatever. But hey, we'll take it. I mean, I guess he's a 2nd round pick. So makes only $5 million this year. We got Cooper Flag up to a 90. Sar up to an 88. Boozer's up to an 87. Blow 86 and 85. So all great stuff. Vucevic is 78. Again, he probably might play a little bit this season. We'll see. So rotationally, our backup point guard we won't have one with Corey Kispert, the backup 2. We'll have Stokes now taking over that backup small forward spot. Sorry, Kaishan George, but it is what it is, man. And then Eisen will be that backup power forward, and then Robinson will be the backup 5. And we got some 3rd string guys. If guys were to go down in a hypothetical real scenario, but of course, as you guys know, we always play with injuries off because I am soft. But let's go ahead. Get into this 3rd season or 4th season, whatever this may be. I have a great feeling about this. I think there's a chance we could win a championship this year, which is pretty insane to think about. But just looking at the talent we've accumulated through the draft, I mean, when you build to the draft, 2K usually likes that. They love their young rosters, as we all know. Carrington, Belil, Cooper Flag, Boozer. I mean, this starting 5 looks absolutely beautiful with Robinson, Corey Kispert, Stokes, Eisen off the bench with Kaishan George as well. All right, let's simulate to the end of this season, and let's find out if we're as good as I think we are. So at the end of this one, Jokic is your MVP. Dylan Mingo is your Rookie of the Year. So for the first time, a Rookie of the Year is not represented by the Wizards for the last 3 years. It goes to Mingo. You got Ian Jackson, 6-man, Wemby Defensive Player, and Jasper Johnson is most improved, and Halliburton's your Clutch Player. Billy Donovan, Coach of the Year in Detroit, and Bartlett is your Executive. So of course things went pretty well. We got Cooper Flag making an All-NBA third team. So yeah, I mean, we are the second seed in the East. We kind of figured that'd be the case with how good our roster has stacked up over the years. We don't really have a 20-point per game score, but Bob Carrington up to being our leading scorer is exciting. 16 from Boozer, 14 from Belil, 14 from Sar, 11 from Kispert, 11 from Stokes. At this point, you know, anything short of the Eastern Conference Finals would be insanely disappointing. So let's find out who our first opponent is. It will be the Brooklyn Nets. Boogie Fland. Wow, I have no idea who that is, but that's a damn cool name, not gonna lie. Liam McNeely, you got Middleton, Alex Costanza, Nicholas Claxton, Cameron Thomas, Drake Powell, and Elijah Arena. So some really young talent in Brooklyn. Of course, we have young talent as well. Hopefully, we show up and win this series. Find out. And we are going to beat them in 5. So, pretty easy there. They only won 1 game on us, and now we get Toronto. And, of course, Toronto gives me some issues at times. I was able to win a championship with them. They got Hugo Gonzalez. They got Emmanuel Quickly, Jacoby Walters, who's developed nice for them. Barnes. You got Keegan Murray off the bench. Cam Jones. Keegan Murray only being an 82 seems kind of weird, but he's an 82. All right. Semi-current against Toronto. Let's find out if we can get to these conference finals in this season, and we are going to be down 2-1. We even it up though. Can we win game? Let's actually simcast game 5. Let's get into simcasting of the game 5, and let's see if we can win this one to take the 3-2 lead. We are at home in DC. It is looking good right now. We're actually blowing the doors off of them. And one thing I just noticed we haven't done yet in this playoffs is we're still running 10 deep. Let's go 9 deep. Let's play our 9 best players, and we're gonna go back to, or we're gonna go to Toronto. I guess I could say go back as well because we've been there in the series already. All right, can we blow them out here and go to the conference finals? And it's going to be a closer game, but we do beat them 33-32. So Bob Carrington has really stepped up, averaging 19 in the playoffs. I mean, that's kind of what he was doing in the regular season too. Don't get me wrong, but we get Detroit. So Detroit's the ultimate test because, of course, we just noticed that they were damn good. So you got VJ Edgecombe, and this is a good roster. Jaren Jackson. That's your only problem, though. Every time I'm trading for Jaren Jackson, things suck, and it's just because he sucks at rebounding. I think that's a huge part of it. So we'll see if that makes a difference in this series. I'm not sure if Sar's averaging only 6 rebounds, but we do have Boozer averaging 8, and then Flag, I imagine, 8. So we got some guys that can board, and then, So, and then even our point guard's averaging 6 rebounds. So we're making up for Sar's deficiencies. We got Robinson off the bench as well. So here we go. Game 1 is going to go to Detroit. They beat us by 8, and they are going to allow us to get a game in Detroit. Can we take care of both our games at home is the question. Take care of the first one by 2, and we're going to go up 3-1. So we take care of both games at home. Now we go back to Detroit, and we are going to go back to DC now for this game 6 to see if we can close them out to get to the NBA Finals. That'd be beautiful. Now Detroit does take the lead in this one. Gonna be a close game here, but it's looking okay right now. I think we might have done it as long as we don't blow the lead, and we are going to the NBA Finals. 22 from Boozer, 19 from Bob Carrington, 16 from Sar, and now we get Oklahoma City or Golden State. Now, OKC looks damn good. They got Ian Jackson, and then the Warriors side, they have a pretty good roster too. As I punched the mic, my apologies. Can we? I'd rather play the Warriors low key. We might get the Warriors, and it is the Thunder. So we get to play the Oklahoma City Thunder. Carrington did his thing in the finals, conference finals, 23 points per game. But all right, I'm going to simcast each game here because this Thunder team looks damn good. I'm not even going to lie. And I feel like simcast, I just have a little bit better luck. Now, we are starting hot in the first quarter here against Oklahoma City, though. And we're going to blow the doors off of them in game 1. So that is a great start. Cooper Flag, 42. That probably helps out a ton. We'll go ahead and simcast game 2 as well. If we could take both games in Oklahoma City, we could be in business. Now, this is going to be a closer game, but we do take it. Bro, we need to take this game. We need to take this game. It's going to be a close one, though. And we are up 3 right now. I think we might have taken it. 117 to 115. We take both games in Oklahoma City. And we're up 3-0. Wow. I thought Oklahoma City was going to be a tougher task than this. But we are big chilling right now, and we might go on to win the championship in 4 games over this Thunder team. I thought they'd give us more problems than what they're giving us right now. Now, this one's going to be closer, but for the last 40 seconds, let's jump in and celebrate this championship we're about to have, man. That's exciting. I feel like I've been killing it lately. the last week, or the week earlier, was rough, man. I feel like I couldn't win anything, and now I'm coming out here the first 3 videos of the week. I think I've won championships in every single one. We're doing our thing. Let me shoot a 3 with Cooper Flag. That's gonna be early. It's not gonna go down, unfortunately. That sucks. Oh, Shea. I thought we got a steal for a second for some reason. All right, so Shea gonna have the ball. I'm gonna go help defense, and I foul Shea, and he's gonna get the N1. Okay, low key, this game is not over. Kind of fooling around a little too much. I mean, I just gave Shea an N1. Now they are gonna play the foul game, I imagine. So he's gonna convert it, of course. All right, let's give this to Mr. Bub Carrington. Let's juke Shea out of his shoes. They're going to foul. And now we go to the line. So let's see if I can knock these free throws down to seal this one for us. All right, so no shakiness. And we're going to be slightly late, but we are going to convert it still. That's going to make it a 5-point game. Let's knock this other one down as well. And we are going to be excellent on that one. So great release there. And now Oklahoma City is going to call a timeout to get the ball back again. Of course, transitioning the ball. All right. Here we go. We're going to try to get a stop here. We're going to have Cooper Flag guarding the inbound. They're going to try to get to Hero. They're going to give it to Shea in the corner. I thought Shea was just going to release a 3. Say he's going to go to the basket. We're going to grab the board. They're going to foul. Mr. Boozer, I believe that is who grabbed that board. So we're going to shoot free throws with Mr. Cameron Boozer. And we are going to make the first one. Now, if we knock the second one down, I think it's safe to say, I mean, this game is already over, but it's definitely over now. They're going to call their last timeout. Not that it really matters. There's 14 seconds left in the clock. You're going to have to hit 3 threes. And we're going to have to miss every single free throw possible for you guys to even come back in this game. So, all right, let's see what they got going on. They're going to give it to Tyler Hero, I imagine. Nope, Shea's going to get the ball. He's going to knock down a 3. Nope. Oh, I left Lou Dort open, and he makes me pay for it. I try to guard Shea. That was kind of dumb. Dumb on my part. All right, let's give it to Bub here. And they're going to foul me again. They're not done yet, man. I got to miss both of these, though, for them to have a chance. And that's not happening. We're going to make the first one. 113 and 119. And we're going to make the second one. And we make it. 113 and 120. No timeouts this time around for Oklahoma City. This time I'm going to play some good defense. I'm not... Okay. Okay. We're there. And he has to pass out. J-Dub. Deep 3. Not going to go down. And that is your video. We bring home a championship with the Wizards. I mean, it has helped out that we got Cooper Flag in back-to-back videos. Like, I had to take him, right? Like, can you blame me for that? Yes, I could have taken Ace Bailey today to change it up. Maybe I should have, because I know Ace Bailey is a damn good prospect as well. But if we do find ourselves in this position once again with the number 1 overall pick or number 2 overall pick, I will take Ace Bailey in the next video. So, on that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. A ton of fun. This Wizards team, if they got lucky and got that, insanely lucky with the lottery, that would be wild, and got all those guys, but obviously very unlikely. I'll see you on the next one. I'm going to end it there. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.